What is going on, everybody? My name is Nico and welcome back to another Pokemon BDSP competitive video. I got another team for you guys today. Like I mentioned in my previous video, I had all my friends give me, a Pokemon from the national decks in Pokemon BDSP for me to build a team around. So I have a bunch of teams, a couple spoilers here. I have a bunch of teams that are going to be coming up in videos, coverage for you guys, so you can check this out and use these teams for yourself. But the team we're covering today is centered around Garchomp. The first person I asked gave me Garchomp, and I'm not mad at that. Of all the Pokemon I was given, that was easily the simplest Pokemon to build a team around because it actually is used very commonly in BDSP singles OU. It's just a strong Pokemon, and I understand why people use it, so I was not upset to have to throw this into a team and try it out. So let's talk about the team. First up, we have our Garchomp, our star of the show, running a Yache Berry because you got that 4x ice weakness. This means, a lot of the times you're going to see stuff like Latios or Latias thrown out onto Garchomp. Most of these are carrying Ice Beam, and they can do some work. So what you can do is simply Outrage instead of, going in for, a Swords Dance or something, and then you'll be able to knock out that Pokemon right there because you can take the hit because you have your Yache Berry. So something kind of fun to try out. So, set is Earthquake, Poison Jab, Swords Dance, and Outrage with Rough Skin. Looking at the EV spread, I decided to build a bit more defensively just because this Pokemon has such high base damage anyways. Now, you can swap around this stuff here. If you wanted to, you can use an Adamant Nature. I have a Jolly Nature on it, but you can swap these back and forth however you see fit. I have a 248 HP, 4 attack, 4 special defense, and 252. Obviously, you can just swap this if that's how you feel. If you want to just do a 252, 252, 4 spread, either way works. It doesn't really matter how you build it. But this Pokemon, just super strong. It's super powerful. It covers a lot of stuff. You're going to see a ton of it. Swords Dance is so good on it because you can get that extra attack. It's just a very powerful Pokemon. However, I feel like it's far less oppressive than it used to be in Diamond and Pearl, simply because of the creation of fairy types. You can just throw a fairy move on something like Cresselia, and you can handle this so easily. Next Pokemon is Manaphy. Manaphy is stupid good right now. So freaking good. It's just an incredibly strong Pokemon. Now, there's a couple different ways you can work with Manaphy, and this is one that I decided to use. So, Life Orb is on this one, Hydration, which doesn't work quite as well simply because you don't have access to Rain on this particular team. However, you don't really need it because Tail Glow is so good. It raises your user's special attack by 3, so that makes you super powerful if you can get it off. Ice Beam, Scald, and Energy Ball for some coverage options there. Another Ice Beam user to handle Garchomp. Stuff like that. Looking at its spread, 4 in HP, 252 in special attack, and 252 in speed. This is more of a damaging, like I'm trying to get the damage off as quickly as possible kind of setup. The thing with this is you're not going to be able to take quite as many hits. Obviously, you have very good defensive stats to begin with because you're 100 across the board. But, there are other sets that you can choose to run. If you want to do a little bit more special defense or something of that nature, you're able to do that and have a lot of success with Manaphy. And I plan to have a Manaphy guide coming up because I do use a couple different versions of Manaphy that I really enjoy. But very powerful Pokemon right now. Scizor is on this team like my first team that I covered. Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Aerial Ace, and Fury Cutter. This once again is your, really attack heavy Scizor. So obviously running Technician on this bad boy. Technician's so good. We got Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Aerial Ace, and Fury Cutter with the EV spread of 252, 24, 36, and 196 with an Adamant Nature. Just very powerful Pokemon, great for switch-ins. I talked about this in a previous video. I have a whole video talking about the setup for Scizor. It's just a great Pokemon that you're going to see on so many teams. Next up is Gengar. And a lot of people like, trying to do the tricky Gengar stuff, going for like Substitute and then getting off, damage that way. I honestly just say full send with the damage. Gengar's so powerful naturally, so I just kind of like to go for it. So Choice Specs is what I like running on my Gengar with Sludge Bomb, Focus Blast, Shadow Ball, and Thunderbolt for some coverage options. Moving on to the EV spread, you got 4, 252, and 252 with a Timid Nature, so you get that speed buff. The only thing that you're really worried about is Alakazam with this Pokemon or another Gengar. And most of the time, Gengar is not going to be scarfed, so you can typically outspeed another Gengar. There's the common thing that people are running on it is Black Sludge, so you get that health back when people are running Gengar. But I just like the extra damage that Choice Specs gives me because Gengar is, like I said, very, very powerful naturally. Moving on, we have our Infernape that I talked about in the first one with Iron Fist, Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Mach Punch, and U-Turn. This was used on the first team that I made and used in a video. And it's a super fun Pokemon. Like, it's so good. Has a lot of coverage, so much damage. It's just a very, very useful Pokemon. There's tons of different ways you can utilize it. So you're going to see it a lot as well. And finally, we have Glaceon. And this is one that I recently made a video on because it's a Pokemon that I feel is so incredibly slept on in the format right now because it's just so freaking strong. Okay? You got things like Ice Beam, Freeze Dry, Shadow Ball, and Ice Shard. The abilities don't really freaking matter. It doesn't really matter simply because you're not really using any snow for this particular Pokemon. I like Expert Belt because there's so many Pokemon right now in the format that are weak to Ice or Freeze Dry or Shadow Ball. Like I can handle a Gengar with that. I can handle Alakazam with that. I can handle Rotom with this, Manaphy. I can handle Empoleon. Moving on, you got Ice Beam for things like, Gliscor, Garchomp, Latios, Latias, Dragonite, things like that. You have so many coverage options with this Pokemon. And when you look at its stats, it's so bulky. Like, if you look, it has a pretty low HP stat. However, defensively, it is so good. So you just put some extra special attack on that bad boy, modest nature. You're going to be slower than stuff, but you can take hits, so you can just deal damage back. It is a very fun Pokemon to use competitively. Ice Shard is an interesting bring simply because the attack stat is very low on this Pokemon. My mentality behind this is because I'm so freaking slow with this Pokemon, if I go up against something that's got a sash, I want to be able to have priority. So I have Ice Shard here as the purpose for that. So I'm going to try this team out for you. I'm going to show you how it works, and then we will move on from there. All right, a Staraptor. I like it. I like it a lot. Really, honestly, Glaceon works so good into pretty much everything that they have. The only thing that really concerns me is the Electivire might have, I think it gets Fire Punch. That's the only thing that's super scary, but I can just switch pretty easily into that particular Pokemon. The Staraptor is very interesting. I've tried to work it into a team. It's just a weird Pokemon because it shares so many weaknesses with so many other Pokemon. I really want to use it because it's very good. I just haven't found the perfect mix of Pokemon I want to use it with. Come on, buddy. There we go. Scizor comes out. What we'll do is swap into our own Scizor. Yep. That works for me. We'll U-turn here. Boom. And we'll go into... who do we go to? We'll go into Infernape here. Because they're going to do the exact same play. They're going to throw something out that they think can handle Infernape. I would imagine it's Electivire. Oh, it's Gliscor. Okay, that makes sense too. We're faster, so we'll just do this. Boom. We'll send Manaphy in, because I can get a Tail Glow here. Actually, they just... Yeah, they're going to let me knock it out. Okay. I was going to say, they went for Swords Dance, so they definitely were going to try and stay in there. They weren't going to swap, so we could just go straight for the damage. Electivire comes out. Totally okay with that. What we do, we just switch into Garchomp here. Ooh, good read. Good read. I surely outspeed you, though. We're going to go for an Outrage. Yeah, because they're going to swap. I didn't want to go into something like an Earthquake. Do I outspeed you is the question. I definitely don't think I do. I'm locked into it, though, so they're going to knock out Garchomp, which I'm okay with. I can sacrifice that because we ended up knocking out Staraptor with the recoil damage. Looking at their lineup here, I'm okay with switching Scizor in. Do I want to switch Scizor, actually? I'm cool with Infernape, actually. So I outspeed everything with Infernape. Will you turn here? Unless this is Scarfed. I'd be very surprised if it's Scarfed. Yeah, we do big damage right there. Scizor comes in. We just rinse and repeat. We U-turn again. Special defense down. That's whatever. We'll U-turn again. A little rotation action here. The Scizor Infernape combo is so fun to use. It's so good. Oh, a little recover, huh? Too bad I'm banded. Too bad, my friend. Okay, Infernape, come back out. Because we outspeed. I'm imagining Electivire comes in here. Oh, they forfeit. So there's the team. It's super fun to use, and I really hope you guys check it out. It's a poke paste in the comments below if you guys want to use it for yourself. It's a lot of fun to use. I really enjoy Garchomp. I just I didn't want to build a team around Garchomp because it's so commonly used, but that's the Pokemon my buddy picked, so it happened. So really fun setup, and it gave me the opportunity to find Glaceon in this little magical Pokemon. So I highly recommend trying to rotate a Glaceon onto your team. It's just so beneficial in so many different situations. That is it for this video, guys. I hope you found it entertaining, and hopefully if you did, leave a like, smash that subscribe button for more Pokemon competitive content in the future, and hope to see you all in the next video.